what's going on. You know, yeah, you know, it's been great. We're gonna talk about Fight Night. I was gonna say this. I gotta say this. Talk about UFC that happened. Okay, 2 fights that, in my opinion, gave me the most attention. So, Sean Strickland versus Alex Pereira. Alex Pereira has a crazy left hook. Ended up knocking out Sean Strickland in the first round. Bro, I'm going to give Sean Strickland props because he's not afraid to fight anybody. I thought he was crazy to take this fight. But you know what I thought too? I said, maybe Sean Strickland could put the pressure on Alex Pereira and cause him to fade out. And then the way that, Sean Strickland moved his head, I was like, maybe that might help him. But then I thought, like, dude, this dude got too much power. And even if you roll your head like Mayweather, roll your shoulders to reduce the impact, this dude has so much power, even if you roll it, you'll get knocked. Like, he'll probably hurt you still. And that's exactly what happened. And the thing about Pereira is that crazy timing, and he has a reach. He bounces around on his feet and then kind of just strikes and then move in a lateral angle. Just a circle. It's insane. And his kicks, his hand, the way he throws it, which is insane, he don't have to put much behind it. His hands should literally be illegal for, like, out on the street. Like, they should be literally classified as a weapon. Like, to even use his hands, he should sign off. Like he's going to buy ammo or something. Buy a gun or something, because that dude's hands are a weapon. Seriously. So, that being said, the Izzy fight, man. Izzy versus Jared Cannoier. It was a kickboxing match mixed with a little of, I knew Izzy was going to get the decision because he jabbed him a little bit more with some kicks. What was strange, though, as we got to talk about Israel's entrance, and every single time he got back off the corner, off the stool, how he was just angry. You can tell he was angry. And I think it's really getting to him for the fact that the guy that knocked him out twice from kickboxing, he was a middleweight, heavyweight champ in Glory. I think it's like Glory Kickboxing. And he was a middleweight and light heavyweight champion, and knocked out Iserael 2 times, which he was known for. And he just showed once again how damaging this dude is. Now, I think a lot of people have realized what's going on, as far as it seems like anybody that has his reach, he's going to struggle with. He can't move away when someone has his height and reach. There's just no way. He's going to have to fight more aggressive, because these dudes are hitting him that are little compared to him. Alex Pereira is like probably one of the long reach dudes, I'll guess, in the UFC that Israel's fought, and he's going to land from those directions. And I think that if Israel plays that safe game, Alex Pereira can win the kickboxing game too, because his leg kicks are just as good. His hand power, the way that will snap Israel's head back, will have him have the judges decide that, okay, this is more damaging shots playing this kickboxing. Who got the better exchanges? And I feel like Alex Pereira doesn't even flinch. That dude was just stone cold. But yeah, that's what's gonna happen, dude. Israel was angry that he didn't get to finish. Yeah, and the way he was talking, Israel always talks about knocking people out, submitting them, and now it hasn't happened. I don't know what he needs to do. I think the last 3 fights, he literally has not knocked anybody out. And they were decent fights, but nothing special. Robert Whitaker, he arguably won. I think Robert Whitaker won the last fight. If you look at the score, the scoring criteria, and the amount of punches that were landing, the jab, I feel like Robert Whitaker should have won that fight. Or a draw is reasonable. But Jared Cannoier shows that he's on top of the list though of middleweight. He can, if he gets maybe like 2 good wins, like, okay, I would say Paulo Costa, but I think Paulo Costa and what's that dude's name? Luke Rockhold is fighting, so that would have been a good fight to me. But maybe a rematch, Jared Cannoier rematch versus Robert Whitaker. He beats Robert Whitaker. He might that might be title for a rematch immediately if he beats. Maybe he can beat Jared Cannoier can beat Robert Whitaker and Marvin Vettori. I think that would be a great matchup too, and that could be a title eliminator. So Robert Whitaker, who is Robert Whitaker fighting? He's fighting Marvin Vettori. So this is what I think of Jared Cannoier. Jared Cannoier, since it was close, I mean, the judge didn't see it that way close, but it was pretty competitive, honestly. I think he should fight the winner of Marvin Vettori and Jack Cannoier, right? I mean, Marvin Vettori, the winner of Marvin Vettori and Robert Whitaker. Jared Cannoier should fight that dude, fight them. And then if he does a really good performance with that, maybe give him a rematch. I think a lot of people will be against that. So maybe 2 more fights. So that fight, whoever, if he wins against them, and then 1 more person, I don't know who would be in middleweight division, probably fights the winner of Paulo Costa versus Luke Rockhold. If Jared Cannoier could beat 2 of those out of those opponents, I think he should get a title shot because that will clear out the division. That's my opinion. So that will be pretty interesting. Jared Cannoier. I'm just disappointed in Jared Cannoier for the simple fact that his hand speed is not as slow as I thought. He actually was with there, like the speed was with there with Iserael and the power. It's just he didn't land too much due to the fact that Iserael was kind of moving out the way. And that's the problem, bro. Like, and this is why it frustrates me about the Izzy fights. You already know that he can win that way by literally hitting you and get out the way so fast. Hitting you and get out the way so fast with his length and the speed that there's nothing you can do about it. And it's not going to be fun. It's going to be a point match. Literally. He'll hit you with jabs, still throw some head kicks, some spinning kicks, whatever. But then he doesn't flare every once in a while. It's not like anything consistent. But Jared, man, if he would have landed more, I mean, he landed some good leg kicks. But if he would have landed more punches and hooks and got more closer and aggressive, I mean, he already felt Izzy and he stood right there. So it's like, bro, come on, man. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, man. Can't believe that happened. But I'm excited for the next fight. And that's all. I'll talk about that real quick. Iserael obviously felt emotional. Okay, his post-fight, he called out Alex. But remember, he said that Alex needed a few more fights. He said Alex needed a few more fights. Why is that? If this dude can beat Sean Strickland, who's beaten Uriah Hall, some good fighters, Jack Hermanson, bro, give him a title shot. And he should be excited. This will sell fights. But I think Iserael is really crumbling that Sean Strickland told him that he got knocked out by him, which was true. And so he says, oh, I got the better of him. But it's like, yeah, I read a comment online not so long ago, which was kind of funny because, like, they're saying how, you know, Israel's like, oh, man, I got the best. And it's like, no, not really. You didn't get the best, man, because you lost those 2 fights. It's all about wins, right? So don't change the subject when it comes to you. Like, you lost those fights. If you outpointed someone, you're gonna say, "Oh, I won," and be cocky about it. So get over it. The same, you can't. House Pereira beat you twice. Get over it, dude. If you want to make fun of you like how you make fun of the other people that you beat them, then that's it. Israel was just kind of cocky this fight, and he didn't really deliver like he said he would. Submission or knockout is what he said. Didn't happen. So, yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, man. Crazy night, bro. And I'm sorry, Sean Strickland. I'm sorry that he left you slobbering everywhere. Just